The car moved slowly through the morning traffic. Each stoplight felt like a pause in my own life. I was on my way to the hospital. This was not a visit to a sick friend. This was a date with my own treatment. I looked out the window. People were rushing to work, to school, to their ordinary lives. My life was anything but ordinary now. The diagnosis came like a thief in the night: thyroid cancer. It was a word that hung heavy in the air, a word that changed everything. I was young. I had plans. Cancer was not one of them. The road ahead seemed long and uncertain, a path I never chose to walk. My doctors were kind. They explained everything in simple terms. They told me my thyroid gland, a small butterfly-shaped organ in my neck, had turned against me. It had cancer cells. To fight this, they had to remove it. Surgery was the first step, but it was not the last. There were leftover cells, tiny enemies that could grow back. We needed a special weapon to hunt them down and destroy them. This weapon was something out of a science fiction movie. It was nuclear medicine. The thought was both fascinating and terrifying. I was about to become radioactive. The journey to the hospital was filled with a mix of fear and a strange sense of calm. I had to face this. There was no other way. I thought about my dreams. I wanted to finish my studies. I wanted to build a career. I wanted to see the world. Would this sickness take that all away? My hands were cold, but my heart was burning with a will to live. I promised myself I would not let this disease define me. This was just a chapter, not the whole story. I would fight, I would endure, and I would win. This was a battle for my future, and I was not going to surrender. My family was my rock, my mother's worried eyes, my father's steady hand. They tried to be strong for me, but I could see their fear. Their love was a shield, but it could not protect me from the physical ordeal ahead. I had to walk into that treatment room alone. It felt like stepping onto a stage for a performance I had not rehearsed. The world outside would keep spinning, but my world was about to shrink to the size of a single hospital room. This was the beginning of my fight, a journey that would teach me more about life than any classroom ever could. It was a hard lesson, but one I was ready to learn. The treatment was called radioactive iodine, or RAI. The doctor explained it clearly. "You will swallow a small pill," he said. "This pill contains a special substance that only thyroid cells will absorb. It will destroy any remaining cancer cells." It sounded so simple, yet so profound. I was going to swallow a tiny nuclear bomb, designed just for the traitors inside my body. It was a targeted attack, a precise military operation happening within my own neck. The science was amazing. The reality was daunting. For a few days I would be a walking biohazard, a danger to others. The isolation was the hardest part. I was put in a special lead-lined room. Everything I touched had to be handled with care. My food was served on disposable plates, my sweat, my saliva, everything was radioactive. I could not have visitors. No hugs, no physical contact. It felt like being a prisoner. The loneliness was a heavy blanket. I had my phone, my books, but the silence was loud. I stared at the four walls and thought about my life. This isolation forced me to confront my deepest fears. Was I strong enough for this? The silence answered back, "You have to be." During those lonely days I learned about a new kind of relationship. It was with a pill, a tiny white pill called levothyroxine. My body no longer had a thyroid to make the hormones I needed to live. So for the rest of my life I would have to take this pill every single day. It was a constant reminder of my battle, a lifelong commitment. It was like a marriage I did not choose, to a partner I needed to survive. This little pill was now my life source, a chemical promise of a normal future. It was a strange thing to accept, this dependency on medicine. The days in isolation crawled by. I watched the clock, I counted the hours, I dreamed of fresh air. I missed the simple things like sitting next to someone without worrying I might harm them. This experience taught me the value of connection. It showed me how much we need each other. When the doctor finally said I could go home, it felt like being released from jail. I stepped outside and the sun on my skin felt like a miracle. I was free. I was still healing, but I was free from that room. The fight was not over, but a major battle had been won. Fighting cancer is a lot like getting over a bad breakup. It is a deep, personal war. You have to remove something from your life that was once a part of you. In love, you cut ties with a person who caused you pain. With cancer, you cut out a part of your body that has betrayed you. Both leave scars, visible and invisible. You go through a period of intense treatment, whether it is therapy for the heart or radiation for the body. You have to learn to live without them. You have to rebuild your life from the ground up, piece by painful piece. It is a slow and difficult process of healing. I look back at my past relationships, they were toxic. They drained my energy much like this disease. I gave so much and got so little in return. Moving on from a bad romance requires a decision. You decide you are worth more. You deserve better. Fighting cancer is the same. You have to decide to live. You have to believe you deserve a healthy, happy future. You must eliminate the toxic elements, whether it is a harmful partner or a cancerous cell. There is no room for negotiation. You cannot keep a little bit of poison in your life and expect to be healthy. This journey has made me very clear about what I want and what I do not want. Monogamy, the idea feels suffocating right now. I spent so much time in a committed battle with my own body and in bad relationships before that. The thought of being tied down to one person feels like another cage. I will not go back to my exes. Why would I? That is like inviting the cancer back for a reunion. No thank you. I am looking for freedom. I am looking for experiences. I want to explore life on my own terms without the chains of old habits or outdated expectations. Heartbreak and health crises are powerful teachers. They strip you down to your core. You see who your real friends are. You discover a strength you never knew you had. You learn that you are the most important person in your own life. You have to be your own hero. The goal is not just to survive, but to thrive. To create a life that is so full of joy and purpose that the scars become reminders of your victory, not your pain. I am done with battles that do not serve me. My focus now is on winning the war for my own happiness. My health journey threw my life off course. I was a student, with my head buried in books and dreams of a degree. Suddenly, my biggest challenge was not passing an exam, but surviving a treatment. Juggling hospital appointments and homework was a nightmare. Some days the fatigue was so overwhelming that I could not even read a single page. I had to learn to be kind to myself. I had to accept that my timeline had changed. My education was important, but my life was more important. My dreams were not canceled, just postponed. My future plans have become sharper, more focused. Before, my dreams were vague. Now, they are crystal clear. I want to finish my degree. I want to build a career that I am passionate about, but more than that, I want to live fully. I want to travel, not just for vacation, but to truly see and experience the world. This scare has taught me that someday is a dangerous word. Someday is not guaranteed. The time to live is now. I am creating a blueprint for my future, and it is filled with adventure, learning, and joy. Recovery is a daily process. It is about taking my levothyroxine pill every morning. It is about eating healthy food. It is about getting enough rest. It is also about healing my mind and my spirit. It is about forgiving my body for its betrayal and learning to trust it again. It is about moving forward with hope, not fear. I'm building a new relationship with myself, one based on care, respect, and unconditional love. I am my own partner now, and I promise to take very good care of me. Success is not just about a career or money, it is about living a healthy, balanced, and authentic life. This journey, from cancer to freedom, has been my greatest teacher. It taught me resilience. It taught me the true meaning of strength. It showed me the incredible power of hope. I am not the same person I was before the diagnosis. I am stronger, I am wiser, I am more grateful. The road ahead is bright. I am moving forward, not just from cancer, but from all the things that held me back. I am healing, I am growing, and I am ready for whatever comes next. My story is not over, it is just beginning, and I promise you, the best is yet to come.